Alright guys, Mac here. Hey, this is my first attempt at one of these videos. I've seen a lot of guys do these on YouTube and I thought it was pretty interesting, so I thought I'd give it a shot. I wanted to show you guys around my 1988 Murray 11 horse 38 inch cut that I picked up a few months ago from a buddy of mine that I used to hang out with in high school. Now we haven't hung out a lot or talked to each other in many years, but he happened to post something on Facebook about a tractor he wanted to sell for $150. So I inquired about it a little bit, and after talking with him I said, well, hey, can you send me some pictures? And he did. And he told me that it would run but needed a battery. So sight unseen I said, hey, how about I give you $75 for it? He kind of hem-hawed around about it and said, sure, come on and get it. Well, at the time I didn't quite have the money. So I waited a few weeks and I ended up contacting him again, and at this point in time he just wanted it out of his shed. He said, you come and get it and you can have it. Well, me being the guy I am, didn't want to actually just take it for free, so I took $50 over there with me with the intent on giving it to him. And he insisted that I am doing him a favor by getting it out of his garage, as he had a brand new one that his grandfather gave him, and he needed to get it out so he had room to store the new one. Well, I didn't argue much with him and went ahead and loaded the tractor up. Well, when I did, I made the mistake of actually trying to engage it into a gear in order to prevent it from rolling around in the back of the truck. And I reached over and grabbed the clutch and pushed it in, and it must not have engaged all the way, and it felt as though I kind of jammed it into gear. Well, that caused it to get bound up in the reverse position. So I brought the tractor home and I did put a new battery on it, and it attempted to fire and it did run, but it was pretty rough. So I ended up pulling the spark plug, cleaning it up, and actually running some seafoam through it and adjusted the throttle cable a little bit, and it ended up running really well. Transmission was still stuck though, so couldn't drive it and have any fun on it. So I actually ended up pulling the transmission out, opening it up, and found that the grease inside was pretty nasty, and that the little collar in there that's on the I guess it's called the shift, I don't know, the shift rod or whatever. There's a shift collar that's in there underneath the shifter. It was actually stuck all the way up against the one side of the transmission in the reverse position and couldn't come off. So I got that collar worked free and cleaned all the corrosion off of that particular shaft, and I got it all greased up and lubricated and back on the tractor, and it is shifting pretty good. Little herky-jerky, but I think once all the grease gets in there and gets going, it'll be a lot better off. As I said at the beginning of the video, it is an 11 horsepower with a 38 inch cut. And here is the motor. It's a Briggs & Stratton industrial commercial 11 horse. There's absolutely nothing missing off of this tractor. Everything is here. The deck actually runs up and down pretty well. I have not actually engaged the blades yet to see how well they spin, but what I have found out is that this rod right here, where it connects at the bottom, is pretty loose and does not stay engaged on the button to let it know that the blades are off. So occasionally that'll rattle loose and it'll try to shut the mower off. So what I've done for now, until I can actually get time to adjust it, is just zip tight it in the off position. The tires on this thing are shot. At least the two on the left side are. This one's so bad that you can see the nylon cord showing through, and I actually blew it while trying to put air in it. And the front one here will hold air for about 30 seconds and it goes flat. The other two are good, but the good news is I actually have this set from an old tractor that I scrapped out a couple of years ago. So I'm going to get that one there's off the bead. I'm going to get it reset on the bead and install these tires on the back and see if I can't get this thing out for a ride later on today. So once I get that up and going and get a couple of little things adjusted, I'll give you guys a ride around on the 88 Murray. Stay rolling, guys.